Donny Barley, man. I love it, dude.
Chris Roberts.
Yes. It's been a while, man.
Yes.
Dude, thanks for stopping and chatting with me, man. I appreciate it, dude. I want to start off by saying, first and foremost, dude, I want to thank you because you put me in the Toy Machine Welcome to Hell friends section. At the time, I didn't really. I mean, I knew it was like a cool thing. I knew it was big, but like now I look back on it and I'm like, damn, dude, I can't believe that I was in that fucking video. You know what I mean? It's iconic. So thank you for that.
Yeah, man.
It's my new claim to fame.
I heard you mention that a lot on your show.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, dude, when I met you, I was like blown away. I moved to LA and you and Robbie McKinley and Daniel, I was just like so grateful that I had so many polished and skaters that skated a little different than I did. And so I remember just watching you skate and being like, damn, standing up on those nose grinds. And
I appreciate
you guys killed it, dude. Robbie was like, man, how good was Robbie?
Dude,
rest in peace.
I know, man. Next level, bro. Seriously. And I was tripping because like, you came out from the East Coast and then all of a sudden you were like West Coast, and even filming for like, the Toy Machine video, you were like the wall ride you did on the glass. Like that's right out here on Wilshire. Were you tripping like filming stuff on the West Coast since you were like an East Coast dude? Cause back then it was kind of like, I don't know, some people like wouldn't want West Coast footage or vice versa,
I didn't have that mentality at all. I was like Pac-Man. I was eating everything, chomping, just going.
What did you, go ahead, please.
I was just, that was just my mentality. I couldn't get enough. Just couldn't get enough of all the smoothness of the streets, the different vibes. It was so cool to absorb the whole West Coast feel.
What brought you out to the West Coast?
Curiosity, ambition, wanted to find that shortcut because I had been working just regular jobs and I watched my dad in the Navy, so dedicated to his career, but just working from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. I fell in love with skating. So I was like, man, I got to do this as long as I can and not get a real job.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah.
Yeah. The West Coast was like the spot that I hadn't been to yet that I wanted to see. And I had been studying it and, memorizing the magazines and the videos and just had to go see for myself and give it a shot. I had that dream. I wanted to make it in skating, And
when you came out to LA, were you already on Toy Machine or were you, how did that happen?
Yeah, I started in San Diego, stayed down there for a little bit, ended up in San Francisco with some other friends, stayed up there. I could go into detail about all that if you wanted. But eventually what happened was I started dating a gal. I was at Woodward. Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. I was out on the West Coast and then I went back to Woodward to work there to make some money. I met the Think team. Wade Spayer asked me to ride for Think. So I had a connection in San Francisco with Greg Carroll and the Think people. So moved out there, met a gal. She was going to college at UC Santa Cruz. Mm-hmm. We started dating. She graduated from college. She was from Malibu. Mm-hmm. So she's like, we're going to move to LA. You down? And I'm like, oh, heck yeah, because I had driven through LA and a few times and just saw skate spots everywhere. And I just couldn't wait to just have that be my backyard,
Dude, how was it? How was it like if Wade Spire asked you to skate for Think? But you didn't, did you? Like,
yeah, I rode for Think.
You did for a minute?
Yeah, I got to go on tour with Phil Shaw and Dandra Hobel and Matt Pales. Greg Carroll, so nice to me, generous. Mm-hmm. They gave me boards. I didn't even have a place to live. I just lived with Chris Sen and his roommate Rico till they kicked me out. And then I moved in with...
you overstayed your welcome?
Yeah, I stayed about 6 months too long.
Damn, okay.
And then I moved in with Satva and Rob Welsh. and Nickel Thayer and Jonah Thorell,
Wow.
and surfed on their couch. I just thank those guys so much. This is a perfect time for me to finally let those guys know from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for taking care of me.
I love that, dude. But that's what skating's all about, right?
Yeah, I didn't have two nickels to rub together, man.
Damn.
You know, and man, God bless those guys. Whew.
So you were up in SF, and then you came down to LA, moved out here. I just thought it was funny because like back then I was skating. I mean, I started skating in 91. So you must have moved down to LA, what, 94, 95 maybe? Maybe just 95-ish?
Yeah,
So
something like that.
I'd only been skating for like 5 years, but I find it so funny because that was kind of at the point where I was trying to find a new group of friends to kind of skate with back then. And here I am with Donny Barley and Eric Dressen. Like the two, like you got us, like we're such odd couple, you know? It was so funny, but it like worked, you know?
And I think it was all because of Hot Rod Skate Shop, you know?
Dude, dandruff.
Yep. The center point for skating in West LA during that time. And I lived in Brentwood, so I lived on Wilshire and Westgate. Right near that long rail that Guy Mariano no-slid.
Dude, the World Savings Rail.
I lived like 2 blocks away from that.
I'm surprised you never skated that silver rail, dude.
I remember I stared at it a few thousand times.
When you're staring at it the few thousand times, were you like picturing something? I feel like you could have fucked that thing up.
Jeez. I mean, I could claim some stuff, but talk is just talk.
Well, it's not there anymore, so you're never gonna go back and do it.
Oh, I would have switched tray flip, lipped that thing, but you know.
There we go.
But the West LA days, still good.
That was so much fun, man. And just skating with you guys was such like an inspiration because you were doing shit that I couldn't do. And I was like, dude, this dude's like on another level, bro. Like we're going out skating at uni high in different spots. I'm like, this crazy, dude. I'm going to stick on 2 wheels. I want to know what happened with the Think and then how you got on Toy Machine.
Oh man.
Did that happen in San Diego or?
Not exactly. I was living with Satva. I forget how it happened, but Jamie Thomas knew about me through Satva. Josh Kalis had left Toy Machine to ride for Alien. And probably because of that, you know, there was an opportunity for a new guy to kind of come in. So thanks to Josh Kalis, appreciate that. And then I got, I didn't really have a sponsor me tape, but Safa put in a good word, and then I got to skate with Jamie. And they started sending me boxes, and just sort of came together. And then they sent me to San Diego, and I stayed at Jamie's house, and I stayed at Ed's house, and always way longer than I was supposed to.
It's becoming a theme, huh? Overstaying the welcome.
Well, just 'cause you're just a dirt.
I mean, how old were you at that point?
20, 21. Yeah, and then I think I turned pro when I was about 22.
You turned pro, what, like a year or so after Welcome to Hell, right?
Pretty quick, yeah. Maybe 6 months.
Did you go from Toy Machine to Zoo, or was there something in between that?
I rode for Element,
then Zoo.
Toy Machine to Element, and then I think I was on Element for like 4 years, 3 years, and then Zoo York after that.
It's not a bad
Element. Actually, wait.
Go. Yeah.
I rode for Birdhouse for a year.
Bro.
Yeah, that was amazing too.
How did you get on Birdhouse?
Mark Ablo talked to Tony Hawk, and then I met with Tony out in front of Blitz Distribution, and he was like, dude, ride for me. And I was just like, yeah, let's go.
Wow.
You know? And that was a great it was such a good year, just a whole different sort of level of I got to hang with him a lot.
I was wondering too, because like you went from what made you switch companies though? Like you were on Toy Machine, Element. Element seems to be like an easy ride almost, right? I mean, I feel like a lot of people just stay on Element. It's a good check. Like, I don't know. I feel like people last a while on Element.
Jamie started zero,
Yeah.
and I had been filming with him so much that like I was like, well, geez, who am I gonna film with if I stay at Toy Machine? What's gonna happen with the future of the brand? And I just the same time, Dan Wolf was the team manager at Element. Kenny Hughes, Tim O'Connor, Reese Forbes, they were all riding for Element, and so they asked me to ride for it, and just loved all those guys, and just was ready for a change, and knew that Dan Wolf would be the video guy. So I was like, man, we can make a bunch of videos and go skating all over the place. They promised like this big travel budget, so that was amazing, because we were on airplanes for like 4 years straight, traveling around the world.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like Element is such like a plush sponsor to have, and like they got money.
Yeah, it was good. And then what kind of caused the breakup there was they sold the company to Billabong, and I don't know, I just wasn't really feeling that, and I could just kind of I was in a bad spot too, mentally a little bit. So I think I went unsponsored for like 6 months. I was getting boards from Habitat. I was trying to figure out what I wanted, and I was partying a ton too. And but then Tony Hawk was like, "Come ride for us," and that's when that happened.
Wow.
Yeah. Then probably a year later, I was ready to move back to the East Coast, and Kenny Hughes told me he was going to ride for Zoo York, and Sal Barbier was the team manager. So talked to Sal on the phone. He was really, really rad. Sal's one of the greatest, one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Just made sense to like go to the East Coast and just
like reconnect over there.
Kinda, yeah. But throughout all this, I want to tell you guys, like throughout all this, I was partying like crazy. I was, an addict, an alcoholic, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't end up getting sober for a long time, but
did you? What got you out of that?
I mean, I tried to minimize, tried to do geographical cures, move back to the East Coast. I'm going to be better when I get there.
Right.
Except for I brought myself with me, So, yeah, it took a long time to finally make that decision to really surrender and give up and get sober, It takes what it takes. I was 41 finally when I got sober, man. I'm 51 now. So I just celebrated 10 years of sobriety.
Congrats, bro. It's amazing.
Thanks. I love being sober, man.
Dude, that's beautiful.
So but yeah, I stayed trying to do it by myself, trying to figure me out for a long time, man.
Yeah.
And, really got into some darkness and just sort of misery along the way. And so I would use more drugs and alcohol to feel better, and and go on and on. I could tell you all the stuff, but
it's crazy because outside looking in, you don't see all that.
Yeah.
Like you just see Donny Barley, you just see these skaters, you just see like, oh, I wonder why he went from this company and went. And back then you're not really talking about this type of stuff, right? You're not like having an interview in Big Brother and talking about the whole. It's just like you just see like, oh, he's a birdhouse. Oh, he's an Element. What? You just outside looking in, you just wonder what's going on. And then I don't know. I think we back then too, like when you moved back to the East Coast, we kind of lost contact. We didn't really stay in touch. You were kind of like, back over there now. And so, yeah, man, it's just, I'm glad you're doing better, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Me
Like,
too.
yeah,
Thank
dude.
God.
And when you got back to Zoo York, did you were still partying out there, obviously. Like that didn't last too long because Sal brought everybody over, right? Sal took over that Zoo York. He brought everybody from aesthetics and he was trying to rebuild Zoo.
Yeah. And, we had an amazing squad there.
Dude, for sure.
And I didn't even, back to the whole thing, like I didn't even really know what was wrong with me. I was in this delusional space. I'm still skating. I'm just trying to sort of power through life and do the best skating I could. But I'm aging out, and here comes Zared Bassett, and Brandon Westgate. I'm having a child. I'm buying a house. I'm trying to settle down. And kind of get into those senior years of like, okay, there's not much left in the gas tank.
Yeah. Did you feel like you were aging out and everything? Because those young bucks were coming in. I feel you must have still been skating really well though at that point too.
I was, but
Yeah.
I was getting swallowed up. I was aging out a little bit. My body was starting to get beat up. I become addicted to pain medication. That was a whole nother avenue of funk. And I just hid it from everybody. Nobody knew what was going on.
Oh wow.
I don't mean to make this all sound so doom and gloom. It was just what was happening at the time.
I don't know, man. It's just crazy to hear because like I don't know. I feel like after Zoo York, because that thing kind of imploded, like just the Zoo York thing kind of fell apart after a while. And you said at that point in time, you were like buying a house, having a kid, doing all that stuff. So was that kind of like the writing on the wall? Like, okay, I'm going to now focus on the next chapter and kind of like
Yeah.
walk away from skate, not walk away, but you know what I mean? Like,
Well, this is going to sound crazy, but around 2008, I think the economy started to really take a dive. And we had just had Charlotte, my oldest, and Zoo York was like, your contract's up in 3 months, and we're not going to renew it. And I was making a ton of money from Zoo York.
Really?
Not a ton, but I was making good money.
Okay.
So I had like 3 months to prepare. And believe it or not, that was like a big blessing because, rather than sort of like draw it out, I had to figure out quickly how to tread water, how to pay a mortgage, how to take care of my family,
Right.
So somehow, by the grace of God, we figured things out. We rented the house out. I started a skate shop. I had a part-time job. Jesse had a job. We just really thinned out our expenses, and just had some tough years, but it was all like the way it was supposed to be, you figure out how to fight, figure out how to make a buck. I was still skating well too. But the economy was so strong. New York was hemorrhaging money. It was just another sort of downturn of like the skateboard roller coaster ride that the industry can go on from time to time,
Don't we know about that, bro?
Yeah.
Did you, at that time, want to like look for another sponsor? Like, cause 3 months, you're like, okay, my next move.
I think at that time I was broken,
Yeah.
by my own doing, nobody to blame but me. But just trying to figure out like how do I find balance in my life the way I feel? Um, yeah, because I wasn't sober,
Right.
and I was still trying to battle. I tried to get sober for like 6 or 7 years before I finally got into a 12-step program.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just goes to show how convinced I was that I could handle it all with my own will and my own work ethic and everything. And then I think the day that I finally walked into that first meeting,
Mm.
to get help,
Yeah.
that was like the beginning of my new life where I surrendered my ideas and just let go and let God and just God help me. God
Yeah.
help me. I don't know how I got here. Um, I mean, I knew how I got there.
It was a
I
bumpy
finally
road.
like gave up trying to figure it out on my own.
Yeah, man. I mean, thank you for sharing, bro, because I think a lot of our viewers and community here go through a lot of the struggles too, And we've had other people on the show that have talked about, alcoholism and drug abuse and all that stuff, and they're doing great now. And I think it just gives people hope that, like, and it's all possible. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, that's why I'm sharing, man.
Yeah.
I got a million miles of good times from skateboarding, and all the great people that helped me, and great career,
Mm.
and dude, I just want to spend the rest of my time giving back to it.
We just saw you. I mean, you had to go down the hill because you were up at another spot building a skate park. What's going on with that? How did you get involved with all that?
Well, it's in my town,
Mm-hmm.
so we formed a nonprofit. We're called the Friends of Newport Skatepark, and a couple years ago, we got ourselves set up. We started raising money. The town said, we'll give you some land, but we're not going to pay for the skate park. So we set out with this goal to raise $1 million, and we did it in about 2 years.
Wow.
And in January, we hired Spawn Ranch, and Charlie Wilkins is their designer. So
Sick.
I got appointed to be the design director. So I got to work hand in hand with Charlie Wilkins to design the park. Probably my biggest honor, just being able to help design something in my own town, so
Dude,
rad.
what a better park
And
designer than yourself. I mean, we got a little glimpse of the bowls up there and the park. Dude, it looks sick.
it's so rad. It's such a good park. And thank you to Charlie. Thank you to Spawn Ranch. And I want to shout out all the builders too, because our friend Sizer was the foreman of the job. He was once a local here in Newport, Rhode Island, but started building parks on the other side of the country. And he hired all these really gifted kids, man. And for the last like 4 months, they just been given our park. They're all building just all the little details, and great kids, great artists sculpting our skate park,
I love that, bro.
yeah, so rad. Every day after work, I'm over at the skate park shaking hands and patting them on the back like, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, just grateful for all them and for this. And like 2 weeks, the park's gonna open.
2 weeks. You're gonna have a grand
Yeah,
opening.
man.
We're gonna have Donny Barley
Yeah,
flying through the air, doing some back threes or something, like doing some barley grinds.
I'll be pushing around the edge, Chris.
Come on, bro. That's amazing, bro. Congrats. I mean, $1 million,
Yeah.
I think is that's a lot of money, bro. I would go into that being like, wow, this is a mountain, dude. This isn't a hill, dude. This is a mountain.
We started that organization, Friends of Newport Skate Park, and just a group of all skilled people, and each of us had a different skill to help raise the money. So shout out to all my friends of Newport Skate Park, committee board members, because they're all, I mean, they did it.
And so many kids
Yeah.
are gonna come up skating that park, dude. That's what's rad. Think about that.
That's what I can't wait for.
Yeah.
I have three daughters, and there's just going to be a lot of kids down there that I can share with. My daughters may skate. We'll see what happens, but
Okay.
just all the kids that need mentorship or direction,
For sure,
looking
man.
forward to just sort of being there and just sharing and being available.
I almost feel like skate parks are the new skate shop. You know, a lot of kids, we used to hang out in the skate shops. That used to be our thing. There were no, the closest skate park in LA was Santa Barbara. Like, how do we drive all the way out there? We're not hanging out at the skate park. We're going skating in the streets. Now the kids are hanging out at the parks, right? They may hang out at the
Yeah.
skate shops, but I feel like the parks are the new shops.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, I love going skating in the streets and so forth.
Yeah.
Just life's busy. I'm raising kids. I got a job. I'm a real estate agent. I got this other job. Life's different these days. So to
Yeah,
have the
man.
park and just, I'm cool with just, getting to the city and the streets when I get there. And for now, it's like the skate park is the spot.
Let me ask you a question, bro. A lot of skateboarders go the real estate agent route. Is that what's enticing about that? Like, what is it? You still can make your own hours. Like, you still kind of go at your own pace. Like, what's the allure of real estate?
Well, my wife kind of inspired me. But I had been doing sales for Element
Oh,
for quite some time. I was
okay.
selling to all the shops on the East Coast, and when she started to succeed with real estate, I saw the commission she was making, and I saw the commissions that I was making selling skateboards. So I
You're
was
like,
like,
I gotta
okay,
switch up professions.
yeah. So it's going good. I've been doing it for a year. I'm
Mm,
about to list a $1.1 million house pretty soon here.
okay.
Um, my wife's been selling, she's got 3 or 4 deals on the table right now. She's
Wow.
trying to close on.
Love that.
So the economy's a little weird. There's a
Mm.
lot of inflation, but we live in a nice place. There's a lot of, you know, buyers and sellers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
yeah, it's
Listen,
nice.
we gotta talk about this because I just mentioned it. Not that many people in skateboarding have a trick named after them. I mean, bro, you have a trick that will forever be called the Barley Grind. How did that even come about? When did you even find out that they started calling this the Barley Grind? Like, what? There's a rumor like Burnett coined the term. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's not true. I've heard different things. This is crazy.
Yeah. So Mike Burnett,
Mm-hmm.
I think he coined it, I think in the Thrasher magazine or whatever. But
What was that? He just wrote like a caption or something, like "Oh, Donny
I think
Barley,
so.
Barley Grind" or something.
Yeah. Yep. I
Interesting.
think so. And I think it just stuck or whatever. But at the time I was infatuated with that session in the blind video where Mark Gonzalez is doing like all those tricks on that metal bar, like
In the
frontside 270 to switch 50/50, and
in the
that
underground
session,
parking
right?
lot type thing. Yeah.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I think Rick Abaceta, maybe a little later, had done switch 180 Smith or the other way around. I'm not even sure, but so I had been doing those tricks on flat rails at the Huntington skate park. And then I
Okay.
finally did it on those double eight bars in San Diego in my Welcome to Hell video part.
Because
And
you did you did Barley Grind, then you did Switch Barley Grind. Is that what you did? Down
I
the
did
double
switch 180 Smith, yep, and
Switch
then
180 Smith. Okay.
front 180 switch Smith, yeah.
Right.
But when I was just saying, I've been waiting to shout out Rick Ivaceta for like ever. We talk on Instagram sometime. We've talked about, whether like, I don't know. I just feel like they should call it the Rick I grind every once in a while,
We'll have two names for it, right? The
right? Like,
the Ibiseta and then the Barley.
yeah, I really liked his skating
Yeah.
when I was coming up. I loved his style and just his flow, and so it's a chance right now to say, "What's up, Rick I? Love you, bro."
Yeah. But you have no control over that, right? It's the industry,
Yeah.
it's the people, nobody coins their own. If you started saying like, "Oh, this is the barley grind," people would be like, "Yo, get the hell out of here! You're tripping, my man." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I still don't call it the Barley Grind.
what?
I just call it, Switch 180 Smith or Front 180 Switch Smith. I don't know why. I just,
When that skate park opens and those kids are out there skating, and you see a barley grind, you need to go up to one of those kids and be like, "That's me, baby. You just did the barley grind." No, but that's like, I think that's the craziest, most psycho honor in skateboarding. There's only I can fit it in the palm of my hand on how many people have something named after them. Like, you're going to go down. You already have been going down in skateboarding history for that. Like, I can't even imagine. You know what I mean? And so I understand why maybe you have a hard time like calling it the barley grind. It's almost like when you get your own first board, it's hard for you to like skate your first, your own board maybe. But man, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy, bro. And it just stuck. And did you keep hearing people just say barley grind, and you were like, dude, what? This is crazy.
yeah, man. Even just the Olympics just happened, and this gal, Liz Akama, Japanese gal in the Olympics, she just dropped in to take a run and just frontside 180 switch Smith, boom, first trick down the rail. And I don't know who the announcer was, but I got a shout out at the Olympics, man. They shouted me out. I was like, somebody sent me the clip. I sent it straight to my mom. Mom,
No way.
check it out.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. That felt good, man.
You get the recognition, I love that, dude. Like I said, not that many skaters can have that, like that's special. I'm still waiting for like the crop grind or like something like, C Rob, nose. I don't know. Maybe something will happen.
Dude, you could nose grind all the way to China.
I love the note. Well, because like when I was coming up too, everybody was bonking, right? It was like, that's all I would see was bonk, nollie back tail bonk, nose grind 180 bonk. Like everybody was just bonking stuff, and I kind of took it as like a manual, like, man, you would hold it, right? Like, so I don't know. I just liked long, even to this day, when I see like somebody crooked grinding or front crooking or just holding a tail slide, it looks so good,
I always appreciated that you didn't touch too. That always meant a lot to me.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Because I felt like it's a manual, I felt like if I'm going to 5-0 this ledge, why would I scrape my tail? I'm just treating it just like a manual.
I agree.
But yeah, so you saw Rick Abaceta doing it first, and then you did and was it in Welcome to Hell or what? Do you remember the ad or the photo in Thrasher that Burnett said that?
I don't, man.
You don't?
I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I had the back-to-back line was in Welcome to Hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I want to say Rick Ibaceta might have done one in like 91, 92. New Deal video, I think, maybe.
Listen, embrace it. Embrace it. Change your Instagram handle to the Barley Grind.
I saw a kid on Instagram the other day. He just, Wilson Chavez, he's Brazilian. Shout out to him, man. He did a front side flip, switch Smith grind, and he came around forward. Tagged me in it.
No way.
I get tagged. I get a lot of tags.
Even from the new kids.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
I never met that Japanese girl, Liz Akama, yet. Shout out to Liz Akama. She, I don't even know if she can speak English, but we've had plenty of correspondence on Instagram, DMs, just like she tags me doing it. I'm like, wow, great work. That was beautiful.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, dude. Me
Well,
too.
because sometimes the new kids, I don't know if they know the history, bro. Some do, some don't, some care, some don't care, which is fine. They're just skating. They're just doing their thing. Like, I didn't really care about the history when I started skating. I found that out later, But But I love hearing that, man. I love that the kids are knowing the past, you know?
You guys do a good job with that.
Thank you. We try.
You guys share
We
with all the
try,
people
man.
you interview.
We try. We're just having fun, dude. But that's dope. I love the fact that the kids hit you up and tag you and stuff. That must feel good, bro.
Yeah, it's dope.
That
I
is
talked
sick.
to so many people on Instagram. Probably only met like 2 of them, but just the like skate rat inside you that still wants to connect with skaters, you know. So that's one good little aspect of Instagram, connecting with people you don't know, skaters from different places, and I like that.
But, I mean, obviously, you follow some of these kids on Instagram, but do you still keep up with skating? Do you watch any videos that come out? Do you?
I mean, I'm on Instagram every day, at least for a few minutes. Try to keep that sort of tame, because I can be excessive with anything, get stuck on that thing for hours, and I don't have that kind of free time.
Right.
But Thrasher does a good job, man. I look at Thrasher a lot, see what the guys are doing, the new videos. Everybody's ripping. Shout out to everybody. Love you guys. I'm living vicariously through you. Can't believe what you're doing on your skateboard today. God bless you. I wish I could have, like, it's funny because I would dream of things that would if I could ever do this trick or that trick, you know, and all those, I feel like everything I've dreamt of has been done by some young kid now, you know, and it's just keeps going, you know.
Jamie Foy.
Oh yeah.
I think he's the best skateboarder alive. That's just my opinion.
Agreed.
He has the tech. He's got the gaps. He's got the rails. He's got everything. He could do anything on his skateboard that his heart desires.
I just hung out with him the other day.
No way.
I went to the New Balance premiere,
Bro.
and Brandon invited me, and got to give Jamie Foy a big squeeze. I was like, man, love you, dude.
Dude.
Yeah, it felt good. Like, pat him on the back. Like, I appreciate that guy, man. Wow.
He is such a humble kid too. He's just living.
Tiago too, man. Gave that kid a bear hug.
Bro, Tiago. And let's not forget about
incredible.
Bro, those two alone are insane. And we cannot forget about Brandon Westgate though. The dude opens. I mean, I don't know if this video will come. Hopefully, I think the video is coming out soon to the general population. But I don't want to spoil anything. But I mean, just this opening trick. He's like alling over like apartment complexes, like on flat. Like Brandon. I'm such a big fan of Brandon Westgate. Like his part was incredible too.
I felt like they did a great job because Jamie. Well, I won't say who had the last part, but I felt they were equal in their own way.
Yeah.
I thought that video did a good job of like showcasing just 3 superheroes. This one can fly through brick walls. This one can whatever, you know, like
superheroes, bro. It was good. Kyle Camarillo did a great job on that. So everybody that was involved with that did a phenomenal job. But it was psycho. Everybody's part was so good. Did you skate a lot with Brandon Westgate? I feel like his style. I feel like he took inspiration from you. Have you ever talked to him about any of that?
He grew up like an hour away.
Okay.
Yeah. So we skated a bunch throughout the years, and then when he got on Zoo York, we were, you know, on the same trips for bunch of years, you know. I feel like he's like a hybrid of like Reese and Huffnagel, and maybe a little bit of me.
Yes, 100%.
With the haircut.
That was just just the haircut. Yeah, no, I agree though. Reese, Huff, you for sure.
He's a great kid too, man. Love that guy.
He
I
was
keep up with him. We talk maybe once a month or something. He lives up in Maine now.
Yeah,
So,
he had his cranberry farm, and I think he sold all that stuff. So
mhm.
I don't know what he's doing now. Is he's up in Maine, huh?
Yeah, just living up there. It's kind of
Yeah.
remote up in Maine, kind of peaceful, woodsy. Yeah,
I
I
love
may be a
that.
little bit jealous. I like it up there.
I'm gonna tell you something, Donnie. My formative years, is that what they say when you get older? Like, I don't know. I think I'm almost reached that point. Maybe I'm past that point. But I used to never think that I could live anywhere else. You know, L.A. I born and raised. I love it here. I hate it here. It's a love-hate relationship. But I feel like every time I hear somebody now, like, oh, I moved to Nashville. Oh, I moved here. Oh, I'm up in Maine. Oh, I'm living. Oh, I have this nice property with 12 acres and a pond. And I go, like, it sounds so good to me now. Like, I feel I could pick up and move to like a nice little tranquil place and be totally content out of LA. I feel like I can.
There's a nice house in Newport, Rhode Island with your name on it,
For real? I could stay with
and
you?
I'm a real estate agent.
Oh,
We could do this.
I thought you were inviting another skater to come stay with you in your.
You can come anytime, Chris.
I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that, man. Dude, you
Yeah,
got to come to LA. If you ever do come to LA, you got to come kick it on the show, have a real face to face. Like, I mean, the stop
yeah.
and chats are great. I love this because I get to catch up with people who don't really come to LA, and we, I want to talk to them, and like, I haven't seen you in so long. Like, I love this. But you got to come out here, dude.
Yeah, I would love to come out there and hang with you guys. I want to see Roger,
Yep.
Jerron, Kelly.
Yep.
I've sort of already played it out in my head. I pictured myself hanging with you guys in the Nine Club, watching all the different ones. Like, I'm gonna get down there one day.
Dude, the door's always open, dude. If you ever come out to LA, hit me up, and we'll make it happen, man. We'll make a day of it. We'll go skate the curbs. We'll do a couple barley grinds. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Yeah,
Dude, thank you again, brother. Appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're doing well. And go check out, if anybody's in the area, go check out the skate park that's opening up in a couple weeks. What's the skate park called again?
it's in Newport, Rhode Island. Yep.
Newport, Rhode Island.
We
It's
don't know what the name of it is yet.
called the Donny Barley Skate Park.
Uh-uh. Nah,
No, we're not going
not
to.
in Newport Skate Park.
Okay. Think about it. We still have some time. All right, Donnie. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, much love to you and everybody out there. Keep skating.